What is going on, everyone? It's Drag here. An offense that I've been messing around with quite a bit, and it's in the Minnesota playbook. It's single back doubles north. Now, the reason why I like this book is because I can also run my trips tight end setups. It's got majority of the plays that I have in my trips tight end ebook, which is double sail, shot post, drive post, and then you can even mix in inside cross. Now, in order to take full advantage of this formation, you do need to use a quarterback with Hot Route Master. So if you're in regs, you got to use Tom Brady. If you're in salary cap or MUT, you have to use Phillip Rivers or Kurt Warner. I do like to put a good running back at this position here. So just for the video, I'm going to use Sonny Michel just because, he's the best running back, best power running back that they have. Now, I do also like to keep a tight end on the slot on the left or a wide receiver with really high pass block. Just for the sake of the video, I know Lance Kendrick is the fastest one, so I'm just going to put him there. If you're like in salary cap, I use Kittle there. I know Jarvis Landry has really high run block, like almost a 60 run block, which is really good for a wide receiver. Now, the play setups that I use here, I go ahead and put wide receiver corner at X. I put halfback dive at Y, and I go ahead and put PA rollout at LB, and then I go ahead and put PA inside cross at the RB option. Now, basically with this formation, I come out in halfback stretch. Now, the reason why I've been using this formation is because you can really pound 1-4-6. I'm just going to come out in 1-4-6 just so you guys can see that you can run all over it. Now, the run play that I prefer against it is the dive. You're just going to have to make the right read here. You're just going to pick the right hole. I'm just going to go ahead and set it up real quick just so you guys can see that you can shoot it up the gap. Now, this is the play here. You can motion somebody over if you want. You can just run it. It doesn't matter. You just want to mix it up. As you can see, you just get two holes to pick through. They're going to try to shoot the gap with the safeties. So basically, you just got to pick the right hole. Now, if you have a guy like Bo Jackson, you can just truck him and just crib it to the house. You can still, with this play though, run to the outsides and utilize the stretch as well. I've done it a lot of times. Just with how the game plays right now, you do want to have some sort of running offense. Now, as you can see, I have the stretch here to the right side. You can motion him across, like see he's in man, so he's going to follow him. It just makes the right side even easier to pound. As you can see, there was a huge gap, but the cornerback was able to jump off the block. That's the main reason why I use this formation is just because you can really run all over your opponent. It just really allows you to be balanced, which is something that is very, very important in this game. I'm just going to go ahead and run the stretch to the left side here. You can motion, you don't have to motion, but basically whatever you want to do with that. Came on the wrong play. So I'm going to go ahead and motion Gordon over. This is mainly reading the defense, reading where there's a lot of people and reading where there isn't a lot of people. As you can see, made the computer miss on the guy, touchdown. I could have bounced it outside. It's mainly having good run stick and good run vision there. But as I was saying, these run plays completely demolish 1-4-6. So you're going to want to go ahead and use these runs a lot if your opponent is using it. And another thing that I like with this offense is, it's got good passing under center, but if they audible like 3-4, or if you're in a passing down and they send a lot of people at you, you can just go ahead and audible to, trips, bunch, whatever you want to see. So if they're like a 3-4 where it's compressed, you can go ahead and audible up like this, and then just run a pass play. You're going to be able to attack it easily against a 3-4 formation. So next here, I'm just going to go ahead and mix in and show you some pass plays. I'm just going to go into coverages so you guys can just see how the reads work versus the coverages. You will more than likely get your opponent out of 1-4-6 pretty quickly just by pounding them. So I'm going to come out and then I'm going to show you the plays that I like out of wide receiver corner. Now, I do like the solo side wide receiver on the short side of the field, just because it's how I prefer all my offenses. Like when I audible the trips, then it'll be on the long side. So that's just how I like to run it here. So just a few different play setups here. I go ahead and streak Y, and then I wheel route RB, and then I'm going to take this B wide receiver on the right side and motion him a few steps in just to gives him some delay. It does glitch the routes here. Unfortunately, the cornerback played it there, but on the right side of the field, like if you're playing someone in like a cover 2 or something, it'll suck that zone down to the flat route, and then you can dump it off to this C route on the right side. So again here, I'm just gonna go ahead and run it here after I run a stretch. Alright, so wide receiver corner, this is what it looks like. Motion him in, sucked him down, wide open, got it. Now I'm only going to break down a few steps of this formation. Now if you guys really like it and would like for me to dive further into it, I definitely will. I'll just go ahead and show you a setup that I like out of PA rollout and a setup that I like out of PA inside cross. Now with PA rollout here, I like to make a play that I basically ran in trio, which is steal or dig. And all I do for that, I go ahead and corner out A, I go ahead and drag Y, and then I go ahead and block the running back. Now all I do is motion B to the right side, put him on an in route, then once he hits the spot, hike the ball, make him a little bit delayed. As you can see, I made the wrong read, but it just kind of gives you a deep post, gives you a sharp corner, and then 2 routes underneath that you can dump the ball off to. So again, this is what the play setup looks like. Motion them over. The ball. Wide open. Good defense by Mosley, because you know the Jets are the best team in the NFL. So, of course, they're out here making plays. Again, here's what it looks like, guys. Just like this. You just got a lot of routes that you can dump low to or dump high in case they're in hard flats or in case it just gets past the outside zones. I'll show you one more play setup I like out of this formation, and it's just something where you don't have to motion. I just go ahead and put Y on a corner route. I go ahead and wheel route the running back, and then I go ahead and put B on an in route, so it just looks like this. So it's just a really good way to attack all sides of the field. Now see, he's in a purple zone or a cloud flat on the left side, so I just go ahead and dump it off to the wheel route. And then even when he sucks down, you should be able to dump it off to the corner route, or you have this in route or the post. There's a lay route I'm just leaving just to block. You can see wide open, easy dot. These plays complement each other really, really well in my opinion, just because there's motions that I incorporate. I have other setups as well that I run, but that's mainly what I prefer. Now, I'm just gonna run it again here, then we'll go to the last play. X wide open. Unfortunately, Brady did throw a bad pass there. But this last play here is PA inside cross. I do run this play quite a bit. All I do is post B, and then I go ahead and flat X, and then I go ahead and wheel route RB. Now, all I do here, basically, if you can see how the play looks like, if they send a lot of people, you have a lot of quick routes you can throw to. You can throw it to the running back, you can throw it to the Y route over the middle, which is really good as well because it gets underneath all zones, even if they're shaded down. And then I go ahead and I can hit this flat on the left side in case they're blitzing off the left edge here. And then obviously if he's not made up, you just have to make that read yourself. So this is what the play looks like. I'm just going to go ahead and hike. As you can see, Y got underneath the zones on the right side, so I just dumped it off. But Adams is a goon, so he just popped my dude in the face. So we'll just go ahead and set it up here. Again, this is what it looks like, just like this. That tight end route is really, really good. I run it a lot. You can get 20, 30 yards on it. I just really like having this post on the right side, just in case you're like a man or a cover 2, then you can throw it over the middle of the field. If not, you're going to have this corner route open on the right side. Now, I do have other setups that I really like out of this play, but like I said, I'm not going to release them all now. I just kind of want your guys' opinions to see what you think about the formation. If you do want me to dive further in it, I mean, I definitely will, obviously. But these are the setups that I do like the most, and like I stated, it's an offense where I can still run the trips head end that I love running every year, but I also got an offense here where I can go ahead and pound my opponent. Because obviously, if you try to pass every down this year, I mean, as we're all pretty familiar with, you're going to have I mean, it's going to be really frustrating just because it's much harder to pass every down to be successful with how random the block hits are and everything. You need to have a way to be able to pound your opponent in order to consistently move the ball and force them to play run defense as well as pass defense, because the shed is so good. So if they're just consistently playing people in coverage, you're bound to make a mistake at some point during the game. So this is why I really like this formation. Definitely let me know what you think, and really hope you guys like this tip.